What's up, Malphus? It's your boy Laughs coming back at you with another video, reminding you to keep stumping. Something amazing happened. We got episode 9 of LoveCraft Country, the pre-finale. Well, whatever you want to call it. Next week is the finale, and I'm excited for it. But we do have, I want to remind you, one more episode left. I want to update y'all a little bit. Keeping That 9 will still be going on. It will be in a different variety still every Sunday night. I don't know if it'll be live. We're going to switch it up. Hopefully we get big enough we can get guests and stars and they can talk about it. But that's the plan. That's the goal. To get these shows on TV more and grinding, you know what I mean? So hopefully we get that going. I appreciate y'all for watching. This has been an experimental show. But we're going to figure it out more. We're going to get there. We're going to have the couch and everything set up. And by the way, I'm a partner. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you are on other platforms, let it be known. Yes, let it be known right now. Do hit that follow button. We do this every Sunday. We got multiple podcasts on. We have Keeping 99. What's New 99 Sports will be out tomorrow. We have What's New 99 Entertainment, which is out today. Purpose will be out Wednesday. I'm excited. We got a lot of stuff coming on. I'm excited to let you talk about it, and let's do it, man. Let's do it. We got a lot of stuff going on. We gonna get it. OBS all done fixed up, so I'm trying to fix it real quick. So I'm sorry if I'm all in your face, you know what I mean? I don't mean to be all in your face. But let's get into LoveCraft Country, episode 9. Rewind 1921. We have, looking up because I got my second screen up here. They start off, they need Christina help with the Jigaboo curse, which I'm calling the Jigaboo curse. I'm sorry I didn't do one last week, but that's basically what it is. The little cursed kids were following around doing their little dance moves, and it was kind of cool. I ain't gonna lie, I enjoyed it. But like I said, Atticus is required to come with Christina to a place where they first met to do that, make her immortal. Because she hated to die. And Hippolyta's still missing, so they don't know what to do right now. They gotta figure it out. They gotta figure it out right now on what to do, how to set it up and everything. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to see how it's gonna happen. We don't know in this episode, but we'll find out. I'm excited by it. This episode was amazing. This might be my favorite episode. I know a lot of people have different favorites on this, but this might have been my favorite. Because straight to the point, storyline driven, all the way through. Hit hard where it's supposed to hit hard. It was amazing. We find out when they go to the office that Christina, the day that from her going to the police office, and what she told Ruby, from the day Atticus set foot on that land, she had this plan. Hence why she always helped him. Hence why everything happened the way it did. It was her plan. The good old boy network. She didn't want it. By the way, it goes off that Bill Burr speech on Saturday Night Live. That was hilarious. It was. I don't even know if it was hilarious. It was just truthful. People didn't like it though, and I understand when you tell the truth, people don't like it, so I get it. But back on subject, Marcus. We're going to the study a little further. Marcus admits that Atticus is not his father. That's the surprise. That's not really a surprise because we kind of hit when George said it might be true. Find out that he might be George's son, which leads to a lot of problem with him and Montrose in the story going forward until we get to the end. Next, we see Hippolyta just show up out of nowhere, and that Jigaboo curse is mad weird. Christina helps with it, reverses time. She's gonna get hunted sooner or later. They gotta help D. They're trying to figure it out. They need the book of names. All this, man, this is a lot happening. This was amazing. We find out from Montrose talking to Letti that he went to the future. Yes, Atticus went to the future, saw his death, realized what his death was, and that's hence why he was so brought on trying to figure a way around. That's why he was so focused. He knew he was gonna die. That was his whole focus. He knew it was gonna be a week. They got the book, everything lined up. He knew it was his time to die. He sat there and got ready for it. He was preparing mentally for it. He was doing everything he can to combat it. And that's why he been so on edge, and them all of them on edge, letting D just go out there and just do whatever, you know what I'm saying? It was mad weird. D was just out there doing whatever she wanted, basically going through and getting chased by jigaboos and nobody helping her, you know what I mean? And that was very weird. It was some stuff in this show I didn't like though, but the main points hit home, you know what I mean? Like I said, we watch Atticus and Montrose have their beef throughout. When they go into the past, they had to go in the past to get the book of names from Atticus's grandmother. Have to get the book. They had to find it, protect it, do what they had to do. But on the way, Montrose is traumatized, because this is the time we'll learn a little bit later why he is so traumatized at this point. He is traumatized from this situation, what's happening that day, watching his best friend get hurt, killed actually. So he's traumatized, and there's a lot of that. So they have this beef. Montrose been drinking. He's trying to protect the family, but he's doing it the wrong way because he's upset. He's angered over what's happening. So he's not mentally there. Atticus is like, get your mind in the game, man. What's wrong with you? I don't want nothing to do with you. You're not even my father. I done beaten you there. They get to the point where they get to the house. First thing they see is Montrose getting beat. He basically put on his brother's shirt. That's not the main thing that he got beat for. He had a croissant in his ear. His dad said, yo, you ain't the only. Me and you talking to Joe, we the only two men in the house. So basically he beat him because he was gay, which is traumatizing. Atticus and them sees this, kind of empathize with his father more. It breaks down them barriers that were there. You know what I mean? It broke down the barriers between him and his father, understanding why his father did what he did, the thought process, the messed up thought process behind the whole situation in the past, everything else, not understanding people. Like I said, you gotta understand people. People from the past only know what they know. That's on another. By the way, watch Purpose. We actually talked about that a little bit on that. So, you only know what you know, so you can't know more than you know. So, of course, they learn a little bit more about the father past. Like, oh, now I understand you more. Still tragic. Still ain't quite forgave you, but we gonna do it. We see they go to the point. Montrose takes off. They think he's going to tell Uncle George about getting killed in the future and not stopping it. Letti goes off the other way to get the book. That's her job, to get the book, which I'll talk about why I hated that part then. But she goes to get the book, and she gets chased by these two white men. They start shooting at her. She's invulnerable, so she ain't getting hit. We see that George, them father saved her, set up a plan. They in the house. We know from the past that the house is gonna get burned down. They all gonna burn the fire, which touches on something really strong later. By the way, all this show's amazing how dire it was during this Tulsa killing that a lot of people don't know about. Black Wall Street burning down, the whole situation. It is strong in that. Like, it had a lot of symbolism, very powerful message in the show. A lot of times show don't do it justice. They either focus on this show has all the aspects, but it focuses well on them. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of shows is, look at me, I'm black. And I'm like, okay. Look at me, I'm gay. Okay. This show does an amazing job of putting the story together, the struggles, the strengths, the aspects of all them things. It does an amazing job of that. At the time in America too, because Montrose was gay and black, so he would have been double hated. As you saw later, as we'll see later on when his friend gets shot, he called him N-word, the two worst words you can tell somebody to each one of them groups. It happened, and that was sick. But it did a great job of showing that. We see, like I said, we see the Montrose that story, friend dying, the stranger. We're gonna talk about the stranger saving him with the bat later on. Letti gets the book after searching for it. The grandmother doesn't trust it. Like, I ain't never seen no shoes like that. Why did you wear Nikes in this situation? I do not know. He wore Nikes. I guess to run. But he kind of gave it away. He convinces the grandmother to give him the book, tell them about I'm having your child from the future. invulnerable. She chooses to save the future, which is the biggest sacrifice. Human beings choosing to save the future or do something for the future is like black people 101. Our whole history is we sacrificing for the future to get better. All the way from slavery to Jim Crow to now. The process might be slow, but it happens, and that they did a beautiful job of showing that. I like that part of the story. She gets the book, and she watches the grandmother burn in front of her. That is traumatizing. We see the look on her face at the end, as all the traumatization become more. She put all this on me. I got this. Part I hated was that Hippolyta was like getting electrocuted, and she just walking, and I was like, that's stupid. We saw her sprint like the fastest person on earth earlier, but now she's walking while Hippolyta is hair turning blue. That's at the end, by the way. We find out, like I said, the mysterious stranger that his dad always told him about was Atticus. Yes, he was like, something wrong, nobody come and save him. The bat is at his feet. He goes and said, I got you, kid. Powerful. That line was so greatly written on, as it been told so many times through this whole show, that I got you, kid was one of the words that they said. And the way they hit it on that part was powerful and amazing. I like that part. And the poetry. This show does an amazing job of adding poetry to these tough moments. It does an amazing job of it. Like, it does an incredible job of adding these situations directly to what is going on in the show. The old school poetry. I'm a poet. I'm an author. I wrote a book about poetry. The poetry is powerful. Spoken word is one of the most powerful things. Hence, that's where hip hop comes from. The spoken word. Always been great at giving the spoken word. Our culture, once we learn how to read, that spoken word like our more powerful thing to keep encouraging the future. It's a historical precedent to poetry and black people, which rap came from, blues came from, jazz came from. So it does that. It leads, and the show leaves you on a good cliffhanger because it makes you think that they might get left in the past. Even though for some reason we saw bombs hitting Letti, but then it showed us, but then it hit us with that they in the future now. They get back to the future, Letti and Montrose. I was aware that they wasn't gonna make it back, which would have been a good cliffhanger too if they didn't make it back. But next week, the season finale, they gotta make it back. So I was kind of like, yeah, living in the past years, Letti can live for 3,000 years, but she gonna have a son though, so that wouldn't make sense. So okay, they got back. Hippolyta, her turn blue, and next week we got the finale. I want to thank y'all for listening. I'm gonna chill a little bit. We finna shoot another thing. I want to thank y'all. Remember to keep stumping. Something amazing can happen. Hit that follow button if you are on any other podcast sites. If you're on YouTube, hit that like and subscribe. We will be here next Sunday at either 10:15, 10:30 Eastern, doing the finale of the show and announcing how we're gonna do, how we're gonna keep keeping that after, because we know Power went on mid-season finale last week. This week is the finale of this show. Don't want to be on here too long. I want to thank y'all for listening. Remember, merch link is in bio. Remember, keep stomping. Today something amazing happened. I appreciate y'all. And we're out. Peace.